How can a full school bus disappear without a crash, without a single scream, without even a tire mark left behind? Why did the parents receive a final text saying, "We're almost there," when the bus was still 20 miles away? And why did every clock inside the bus stop at exactly 3:17 p.m.? 32 students, one driver, a clear, sunny afternoon. By nightfall, they were gone. The outcome came first: an empty road, backpacks found miles apart in the forest, phones with full batteries but no signal history after 3:17, no bodies, no wreckage, just silence. It was supposed to be normal, a high school science trip returning from a museum. The driver, Mr. Keller, had driven that route for 12 years. The highway cut through a quiet forest area between two small towns. Clear weather, no storms, no traffic accidents reported. GPS data showed the bus moving smoothly until it reached a straight stretch of road known as mile marker 42. Then, nothing. At 3:16 p.m., the bus camera recorded students laughing. One girl was filming a short video, joking about how bored they were. In the background, trees passed by in perfect sunlight. At 3:17 p.m., the footage glitched. Not static, not darkness, just one frozen frame. Then, the file ended. Search teams arrived before sunset. Police dogs followed the tire marks for about 200 meters past mile marker 42. Then, the tracks simply stopped. The road showed no sign of turning, no skid marks, no broken branches. It was as if the bus had been lifted straight up into the sky. That night, a farmer named Elias called authorities. He claimed he heard a low humming sound around 3:20 p.m., not like an engine, not like a plane. He said it felt like the ground was vibrating under his boots. Investigators checked radar records. No aircraft in the area. The next morning, something stranger happened. Backpacks were found inside the forest, placed neatly against trees, not scattered, not thrown, carefully arranged. Each bag contained personal items untouched, lunchboxes still sealed. One notebook had a page ripped out. On the remaining page, 3 words were written in shaky handwriting. It stopped moving. Stopped moving? The bus? The road? Time? Parents began receiving delayed text messages. At 8:03 a.m. the following day, one mother got a message sent at 3:18 p.m. the day before. It said, "Mom, why are we not moving?" Another parent received a voice message filled with heavy breathing and whispering. The whisper repeated one sentence: "Don't let it see you." Police traced the signal. It originated from inside the forest, about a half mile from where the tire marks ended. Search teams rushed to that location. They found the bus, but it wasn't crashed. It was standing upright in a small clearing, perfectly intact, windows unbroken, engine cold, doors closed, no students inside, no driver, just empty seats. And every single clock on the dashboard and every phone left behind still frozen at 3:17 p.m. What really happened in that single missing minute? And why did the bus radio suddenly turn on by itself when investigators stepped inside? The voice that came through wasn't static. It was a child whispering, "It's still here." The voice on the radio did not repeat. It did not scream. It simply whispered, "It's still here," and then the speakers went dead. Every officer inside the bus froze. The engine was cold, meaning it had not been running for hours, yet the radio system had no power source connected. The battery had been removed during standard procedure. So what turned it on? Investigators searched the bus inch by inch. No blood, no signs of struggle. The seats were clean, seatbelts unused. It looked like the students had simply stood up and walked away at the same time. but the doors were still closed from the inside. There were no footprints leading away from the vehicle. The ground around the bus was soft forest soil. It should have shown something. It showed nothing. Then they noticed the temperature. Inside the bus, it was colder than the forest outside, not slightly colder, nearly 10 degrees lower. One officer described it as stepping into a refrigerator. Breath became visible in the air. Yet weather reports showed mild afternoon warmth when the bus vanished. How could the inside temperature remain frozen in time? A forensic technician examined the dashboard clock. It was broken, but not from damage. The internal gears were locked, as if forced to stop by pressure. The same mechanical strain appeared in 23 recovered watches from the students' belongings. All stopped at 3:17 p.m. Experts later said the force required to freeze multiple timepieces at once would need a sudden magnetic pulse, but no solar flare or electrical surge was recorded that day. Then came the recording. Hidden beneath one of the seats, they found a student's phone still powered on. The battery showed 30%. The final video file was corrupted, but specialists managed to restore 10 seconds of footage. The video began with laughter. Then the camera shifted toward the front window. The road ahead looked wrong. The trees appeared stretched like reflections in moving water. The sunlight flickered rapidly. A low humming sound filled the bus. Students began asking why the bus had stopped, even though the wheels were still spinning. Mr. Keller's voice was heard saying, "That's not possible." Then a shadow crossed the windshield. Not passing by, not flying overhead, it moved against the direction of the sun. The video ended with a scream cut short. Search teams expanded the area for weeks. They found no bodies, no clothing, no footprints deeper in the woods. It was as if the students had vanished from physical space. Scientists proposed mass panic leading them to run into the forest, but 32 teenagers and one adult cannot disappear without trace, especially not in daylight. Then, something even more disturbing happened. 3 days after the discovery, a rescue volunteer reported hearing children laughing near mile marker 42. Officers returned immediately. They found fresh tire tracks on the road, large ones, bus-sized. The tracks began at the forest edge and merged onto the highway for about 50 meters. Then they stopped. No vehicles was visible on the highway cameras. No vehicles reported seeing it. The tracks ended exactly where the original disappearance began. Some investigators quietly believe the bus never truly left that road. They think something happened at 3:17 p.m. that shifted the students into a space overlapping ours, a moment caught between seconds, a place we cannot see, but that still sees us. If that is true, then what if the bus is still traveling that same stretch of road, trapped in an endless loop? And if you ever drive past mile marker 42 at exactly 3:17 p.m., would you stop to listen for the humming?